Greetings. So most of you who watch this channel, and it's not a bunch of people, but I'm still putting these videos out there. You know that my mother moved in here with us back in January, and it's taken us some time to get into a rhythm because truthfully, I was traveling a lot, my wife was traveling a lot, and it was just us. We didn't spend a whole lot of money on food. I ate out a lot. My wife eats very minimally, but at home we're basically having 3 meals a day because mom has 3 meals a day. We're going through tons of laundry because we're changing her all the time, and it's an interesting life that we lead now. But we're finally getting to a point where I'm at least able to start thinking more about work and getting things done. And one of these strange things about trying to get things done is that there are times when I still just can't get everything done. I wrote a blog post on one of my blogs a few weeks ago where I talked about sometimes having trouble focusing because it was about 20 years ago. It'd be 20 years in September I was diagnosed being diabetic. And over the last couple of years, I've noticed that my mind sometimes wanders, and I was thinking maybe it's just, I'm getting into my late 50s and it could be just that. And then I read this article which basically said that usually within, 15 to 20 years after being diagnosed, a lot of people start getting fuzzy and having trouble focusing. I said, well, yeah, that's exactly me. And there were some other things that it talked about. So I realized that I need tools to help me. And I've always had tools to help me, but it's not like I always use them all. So I initially, decided, well, how am I really going to get this done? Because I really have to focus on business and getting things taken care of. So I use some tools every once in a while, and I'm going to concentrate on using these tools more often to help me stay focused. But I thought, you know what, I would just share what I use with you. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is a planner. Now, for years, I've used the Franklin planner, and the truth of the matter is, the sucker's bulky. It's huge. It's bulky. Let me just show you this. This is the Franklin planner. It's a huge thing. You're supposed to, you can put 1 month at a time in there, but the idea basically says you should put 3 months in. And it's really bulky, and even though I like it, I'm scared to travel with it because it's this big. So recently I decided to get this. It's called the Passion Planner. And it's an interesting new thing. Actually, it's only been on a couple of years. I got my wife and I one of these. Now look at this difference here. It's smaller. This is the entire year. This is basically only 3 months worth. This is an entire year. And it just works so much differently. Everything is so easily lined up. I don't have to worry about pulling pages out and putting pages in or anything. This is going to be great. And I'm saying is going to be great because oddly enough, they run from August to July. I don't know why, but that's what they run. So this now gives me something that I can always carry with me. And it's got this little area down here where you can actually write full notes. That's actually kind of cool. And one of the things that I always need to do to keep up with is my personal to-do list, which will be down here as the camera's over here. So therefore, to-do list, I've always been good at getting almost everything done on a to-do list, but I've always been good at carrying it over to the next day. So I'm really going to concentrate on using my to-do list a little better. Next thing, all of y'all got a smartphone. I got a smartphone. And one of the things that I use as I go into the clock feature is the alarms. Now, I'm holding it back so you can't read everything I have. At least I don't think you can. But anyway, it's got all these different things on here. You know what? I guess I need to let you see something. So anyhow, it's got all these different categories on here. And what you can do is you can pull something up. You can type it in. What it is that you're looking to do at a certain time. You set the alarm. You can actually set different music to it. So I created a whole bunch of ringtones that, run maybe 15 to 20 seconds so that I put them in here. And they go off at different times of the day when I put it in. And on this particular thing, you can program things out a week at a time, or if it's something that reoccurs all the time, you can just pick which days and you can click this arrow or this little box, and then it'll come up every time, all the time. And I have some stuff like that, for instance, mainly for my medication, because I used to forget to take my medications, which is a terrible thing to say, but hey, it happens. So anyhow, I use this a lot. I use the calendar for things that are longer than a week, but I set it so that it will go off usually a couple weeks in advance if it's really important. And then I set it so it goes off like 6 days in advance, so then I can put it into this one. And this is very helpful. It really is. I don't know if a lot of people think to use their smartphones for this purpose. I have an Android phone. I think that the iPhone probably has the same thing. But it's pretty smart to keep using this kind of thing. And the final thing is something that's a little bit different for some people, but this works for me, which are 3x5 index cards. But not just individually. I got the ones here that are, I don't know, spiral bound. How do I forget that? Anyway, so you have all these cards. Look, I mean, I got notes going way back. You know, I hold it up here. And I got the one with all the different colors in it, so, you know, because I like colors. And basically, I carry this around with me so that if I need to remember something really quickly, I can write it down on here, and then I will transfer it later on. And this is just very good because I do a lot of writing, as some of you know, and so I can just write down little ideas here and there. And I can take this to meetings instead of having to carry something really big a lot of times, and I can just write all my notes down and stuff like this. My wife and I both have this. My wife and I both have the planner. My wife and I both have the smartphones. She doesn't use the smartphone for the alarms as much as I do, but we're both going to definitely use these planners. We're going to use this. By the way, check this out. This young lady who created this basically graduated from college, decided she wanted to have a product that helped her to do things the way she wanted to do it. This is a great project. Passion planner. I ain't getting no money for this. So I just thought I'd mention that. And there you go. These are the 3 ways that I am going to make sure that I keep myself on time and, you know, plan on my to-do lists. And you know what? One of the strange things with the phone is I even plan times to eat and I plan times to rest, which was something that years ago I used to be able to work 16 to 18 hours a day without rest. Can't do that anymore. Unfortunately, I guess that's one of the things as you start getting older. I wish I slept better, but at least now I'm telling myself, go lay down or go take a break. We all need to take breaks, don't we? I may have to do a video about that one day. Anyway, that's what I do. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you do. Let me know if you're able to keep up with everything that you want to do and try to get done. I'm really going to use this to try to finish that book I've been working on for a while. Anyway, my name is Mitch Mitchell with TT Mitchell Consulting Incorporated. Got a blog called Mitch's Blog. Visit the website. You'll see a link to the blog. Check out my videos here on leadership. If you like it, subscribe, share with other people, and I hope you have a wonderful week. Y'all take care.